All right, it's Wednesday 29th of May. Sorry, Wednesday 29th of November 2023. We are right here at the newsstand to review what we have on today's dailies. I welcome you all to bystanders at newsstands on Flip TV. I'm Michael Adekunle. Now let's get to the business of today. We have the president seeking for a fresh loan, and this is another issue stirring controversy in the country. Quickly to what we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Tinubu's new $8.6 billion loan bill takes debt above $51.759 billion. Tinubu's new $8.6 billion loan bid takes debt above $51.759 billion. That's what we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Moving down to this day newspaper. This day newspaper. President seeks Senate approval for $8.7 billion, €100 million loans approved by Buhari's government. All right, so the major headline on the front page of this day: Tinubu to Nigerians, present hardship temporary, benefits will be permanent. Present hardship temporary, benefits will be permanent. That's what the president has said on the front page of this paper this morning. Appeal Court affirms Kefa's Fubara's elections. Appeal Court affirms Fubara's election. All right, we don't have much stories here. So we have much stories here. I know Malik must have displayed some other papers on the screen there. Let's quickly have our reviewers here. Raphael, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael. Adekunle.
Mbechi Raphael.
Yes, Mbechi Raphael is my name, aka Ralph Tresvant. Then, to my highly esteemed, cherished viewers, I'm still saying thank you to all of you. I'm sending my thanks across to Akim Olasupo. Akim Olasupa. He lives in Israel. Right the way Israel is so much troubled. In a very troubled situation because of the war that has, escalated between Israel and Hamas, Palestinians. Akim is now living in Canada. I give kudos to him. He's a gentleman. He doesn't want wahala. Then my thanks, many thanks are going to Mr. Tunde Okafor, a man with clear conscience. It has been our constant viewers here, even sometimes solving most of our problems. Then my thanks again is going to Mr. Engineer Hope Inyamu. Hope Inyamu lives in Perth, Australia. He's a good man. Has been watching us. He has been solving our problems, asking us, what do you want, which way. See, Perth is going to buy us umbrella one day. You know, so we need shade.
Which shade? We have umbrellas already.
Okay, we need shade now.
We have it. We have umbrellas.
We have it, right? Okay. Yeah. Because it's only the cameraman that is shading himself while the sun is scorching hard on us.
But it's not raining.
It's not raining.
It's not raining.
Yeah, so thank you, Engineer Hope. You are wonderful. Thanking Mommy Nkechi. I'm thanking Obirel. I'm thanking King Joe now. King Joe in Oba, that's the Abreba man. Abreba man, yeah, he lives in abroad now.
No, he's in Nigeria now.
Okay, it's in Nigeria now. Oh, King Joe Oba, you are welcome to Nigeria. Then, Ojuku Afro Company in Germany, you customize t-shirts, you customize all your items. I wish you good luck. So, I am throwing my greeting across to John Onoche, across to Professor Oku Adi, across to Mommy Nkechi, across to Mama Israel in America, across to Haja Halema, and
also to everyone watching us right now.
Everyone watching us right now. Mr. Kazim in Maryland, I'm throwing salute to you guys.
Also saying hi.
Olubode, everybody, Kano Abuba, everybody, I beg. I won't remember all of you. Thank you so much. Stay tuned as we are going to stew you with the news going on in Nigeria. Thank you, Michael.
After you want to greet everybody?
I want to greet everybody. I want them to feel me because they are feeling us.
I didn't think that's possible.
It can be possible, but there are many of them.
Many
of them. Even what autopilot Simon Ebba, what he showcased, the way he showcased this program, I think everybody is like rhyming with us.
All right, also saying thank you to Dutchman Pounds for the gesture.
Yeah.
You donated some amount.
Okay, what's that his name?
Dutchman Pounds.
Dutchman Pounds, thank you for the gesture, you know, our Xmas party.
Yeah, okay.
We are all appreciating you, Dutchman Pounds. Thank you so much.
Also, Hope in Australia.
Hope in Australia, thank you so much.
All right, moving down to what we have
today.
Gesture. Raphael, the alleged demolition of Igbo properties in Lagos is what we are discussing today, and their reactions
across the world.
Yeah. Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians in Nigeria, all reacting to that news. Now, what do you have to say
about demolition of properties of the Igbos in Lagos?
As an Igbo.
As an Igbo man, anyway, ask me how. And why am I saying this? It is a sign, it is an announcement, it is heraldic to Igbo's homegoing. Igbo homegoing. Igbo man should know that Lagos is not our home. Yet, I want to tell Yoruba man that Igbo man did not buy the land they bought from you on gunpoint, under duress. You deceitfully sold those land, knowing fully well that that place is not marked for sales. That federal Lagos state government will still utilize that place for something. Go to the town planning anytime you are buying your property. Go to Alausa to know if that place is the right place to buy. That Lagos state government is not going to use that place in the future. Forget violence.
Very
forget what do you call them? Omonile. Forget property agents. What they are doing is to sell to you and make money. In the next 5 years, your building is gone. Mike, let me tell you, an Igbo man that dedicated his house to building this year, this month, at Ablodo, those 2 houses, duplexes are gone. An Enugu man that built a mansion, 2 extra duplexes at the back. The building is gone. If you doubt me, let's go to Akinwale Street. That's the street there. The sister is just crying and shedding tears. See, let me tell you, if you want to buy land, go and ask for the what? Town planners, planning documents to know which land you can buy and stay there forever. You don't just go and buy land because estate agents, because Bale told you to buy.
Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources.
Mo. Lagos, Minister of Environment, Lagos State. Mo, MOE.
Said it a few days ago that some of these buildings that were pulled down by the Lagos State government contravened the drainage law.
Thank you so much. And he's aware when they are building those buildings. I like people talking nonsense, trying to paint what is bad. Good. MOE, Lagos State Minister, Commissioner for Environment or Minister of Environment, let me tell you, you know that those buildings contravenes Lagos State law. You allow them start from foundation to linter, decking, before furnishing. They put everything in place. You did not tell them. Okay, that is not an excuse. I've never finished with Lagos State. I'm just advising Igbos. If you want to buy land, go to Ministry of Environment, Lagos State, MOE. Make sure the land you are buying is in the right site. On the right side, not a place whereby in 4 years' time the building is gone. Lagos State would like to build park, whatever they want to do there. See, let me tell you, it is a call for Igbo's homegoing to know that they don't need us in this land.
But
it is a call to tell the Igbos that our position in Nigeria is not accepted.
But the Lagos State government has not told Igbos to leave Lagos
State. This is another way of telling Igbos to leave Lagos State. When we voted Obi, Yoruba voted Obi, they lynched us when we wanted to vote for governorship. They lynched us, telling us to go to our state and vote. That's another call for Igbo man to know that they don't want us. Mike, you see, the worst thing any man can do is to lie against a living man. The living is living. It is only the dead. You can only lie against the dead because the dead is gone. But when a man is alive, you can't lie against him. I am not here to paint Igbo's gold or or silver. You heard my statement. See, let me tell you. You started the building. The Lagos State Commissioner for Environment did not come and stop you. You get to the stage of linter. They did not stop you. Decking, they did not stop you. You buy your house, you parking, they did not stop you. All of a sudden, they started demolition. Okay, something is attached to it. Absolute abhorrence, absolute hate of the Igbo race. It is a sign to tell Igbos to remember home. Go home and build Anambra State, Oba. A new estate has been projected in Oba. Nsube and Nkwere Izunaka, Anambra State. See the estate. If you go to Oba today, you won't know it. They've rushed. Millions. Very expensive land. They are buying and building at Nkwere. Nkwere Izunaka. They are buying and building at Nsube. Likewise, Oba, the hometown of Obi Kubana. Mike, demolition of those buildings, I'm not trying to say that Igbo man is wrong, but Igbo man will start to get it right in his brain that he's lavishing his money in the north, building houses for people on the land of the people that abhor you, people that hate you. Nigerian claim to be one Nigeria. We are not one Nigeria. The building you are destroying at Ablodo, first stack area of Lagos, have you been paying compensation to the owners? Are you not aware? Were you not aware when the building was on the foundation stage?
Don't forget that they were building pulled down in Abulegba, as well as Ladipo.
Thank you.
And other places in Lagos.
Many buildings were demolished at Alaba.
So
Alaba
it's like the Lagos State government said it's not targeted at the Igbos alone.
No. Lagos State government is saying lies. No.
There are rumors that it was targeted.
Thank you. Do you know why, Mike? Mike. Do you know? Listen and listen good.
Okay.
Demolition did not occur 4 years ago. Demolition did not occur 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago. Demolition started after the Igbos came out en masse and voted the right person. Demolition started when Igbos threatened to remove Lagos State governor. Actually, they removed him. Lagos State governor currently is a chief judge, Supreme Court governor, appeal court governor, because he was removed. The demolition started Ladipo, Alaba, Ablodo, everywhere. First of all, it was fire, inferno. Monstrous fire from where? Cloud. All of a sudden, start falling on Igbo man's chop. Very late night, everywhere will be raised. Balogu, Olowu, Ladepo, Alaba, everywhere. Mike, let me tell you, it's an absolute hate. Igbo man, get it right in your head that you are not needed here. Begin to think how to develop Mbisa. Begin to think how to develop Mbano, Aguleri, Umweri, Oka, Newi. They don't want you here.
Now, like we have it here, let me quickly read it.
The structure of our buildings at Abledo is illegal.
Now, let me quickly read this to you.
Read it out to me.
The Apex group, that's the Onezi, Indigo, has urged the Igbo to relocate their businesses to the southeast.
Yeah.
Factional Secretary General Okechukwu Isi Guzoro said there are no more lands in Lagos State. They should relocate their businesses. That if they have their headquarters in southeast and demolition hits their branches in Lagos, it won't affect their businesses.
That's a very wise call. Mike, let me just elaborate that.
So it simply means they believe it was targeted at Igbos.
Listen, Mike, let me broker it. Let me just expatiate it. You see, this cause, this narrative is from Ohanes and Igbo. It's from the kinsmen among the Igbo states. We have kinsmen. It expanded to village, town. Do you understand? Kinsmen. Every Igbo should start thinking of homecoming because Ohanese now know outrightly that they don't want us here anymore. Yorubas, has been saying through some media platforms that Igbo man has bought everywhere, which was why the so-called almighty Tunde Bakare came out in the recent time on social media and started shouting and charging at the Yoruba Omonile landlords. Did they put gun on you? Did they force you to sell your land? Why are you demolishing their property? No, to safeguard his church. So that the Igbos that are in his church will not run away. Tunde Bakare came out and said that Igbo man is cursed. Tunde Bakare came out and said, in the first place 2 years ago, that why must you be selling all your lands to the Igbos? We caught him on social media saying that. We brought this point to his church. He started denying it. He went to social media. He went to electronic, everywhere. Mike, newspapers trying to become a saint that he did not say it. Let me tell you, Mike, Ohanese people, these people you read out now, they are telling us to come home. There are many, many lands. Lagos get land. Okay? Lagos get land. Don't say that. Lagos, land is still there now. Make I tell you.
Okay,
go to the axis of Owode to Ikorodu. Some fill and build. There are still some filling and building. And if you go there, Igbo men are the one buying it. Go to Ekpe, where Ekpe joined Ikorodu, Ebute. You have Ebute at Ikorodu axis. So where Nikemtex Day, where they situated Nikemtex company, the textile company at Ikorodu. There are vast lands there. Go to the axis of Iyanoba, to Alaba, Ajambadi, Okoko, Maiko. Too much land. From there you join Agbara.
Padagri.
Oh my God, Padagri, Agbara now. There's another Agbara there. There's Agbara at Abeokuta. Are you listening to me? There are vast land in Lagos State. And before you sell land, make sure you get information from the Ministry of Ministry of Environment. You are selling lands to the Igbos because they don't have feeling. Igbos are not regarded. Igbos are stones.
It's not out of Igbo not being regarded. The most important thing is to get approval for the relevant agencies. Are you getting me now?
A Bale that is claiming to be a Bale. Why is he selling an illegal to visitors? Because those visitors who are selling illegal lands, you don't regard them. They don't have value for you. You don't have feeling for them. You that is selling those lands, you don't have what? Conscience. Is it not paying that somebody has lost 2 duplexes he built this year? Open it. Invited his kinsmen, his church members. Are you listening to me? It's all gone. What about demolition at what do you call it? From Airport Road now to Ajao Estate. We are demolished buildings. Aftermath of presidential election. That's why I tell you that it has to do with politics. It is politically inclined.
Now,
It has political undertone.
let's quickly go to the comment section and see what Udeze Chima is saying.
Udeze Chima, talk. I'm listening.
Don't need to announce it. Their actions over time is a systematic way of telling the Igbos to vacate.
That's what I'm saying. They are being diplomatic. They destroy your building. They did not come and fight you. Igbo, go and develop Aba. Igbo man, go and develop Onitsha. Igbo man, go. Asaba is there for you. Igbo man, go. Bini is there. No Bini man is fighting Igbo man. Right. Igbo man, go. There is already there.
Let's quickly move down to another topic. Here, Tinubu to
Igbo man is going, Mike. It's a home call.
All right, let's quickly move down to another topic.
And we must do what? Go. Let's go to another topic.
The president has told you that the present hardship is just a temporary one, that our benefits will be permanent.
Anamano, listen.
He said it's temporary.
Thank you. Listen. Akukonegu is, listen, now stories, fairy stories. And a government that is not legitimate can never tell you the truth. A government that was not put in place by the entire citizenry can never give you justice. A government that forces itself on the people can never give you justice. They can always mount on you, tell you what to do. If you like it, go and hit your head on the rock. If you don't like it, go embrace transformer. Okay? The present hardship is not permanent but temporary. From who? Mohamed Tinubu, Organalize. The present hardship has come to stay. It is going to be what? A year this kind of government was put in place in Nigeria, February. Yes, immediately they gave him certificate of return. He started ruling Nigeria. He bought the court, he bought everywhere. He started giving order. And the money we are borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, don't you know that, Mike, we are going and sorrowing. We are going to regret. Because the money they are borrowing, we don't see it. The money they are borrowing, they are sharing it. The money they are borrowing is not making any change in Nigeria. The economic hardship is biting more and more. Mike, go to market to make a pot of soup. You will spend 12,000 naira. Unless you don't want protein. You don't want to use fish or meat. Unless you don't want crayfish. Unless you are not going to use iru. Oga goes with 12,000.
Yes, they're not going to use ogili.
Ogili. Mike, let me tell you, you are not going to buy the better white Ijebu gari. That is when you go to Agege market with 5,000, you make a pot of soup. That will not give you all those nutritional values needed by your body chemistry. See, Lagosians are suffering from kwachoko, malnutrition, because it is hitting us hard in the city here. The village is where you can go inside bush, you can see pepper. I'm telling you, it's everywhere inside Ondo forest. You will see pepper growing. How? Through what biology called dispersion from birds. The birds that eat the pepper, they poo-poo, they stool it, they cheat it out, and the seeds come up. That's why you can see pepper inside bush, and that is helping the villagers. In Lagos, there's nothing like that. You go to market and buy pepper. Tomato grows in the bush everywhere in the localities, in the villages. Lagosians are suffering from kwachoko. The government presently is not doing enough. They are borrowing money. Oga Tinubu should have told us, better told us, that the hardship we are going through has come to stay. It shouldn't be lying to us anymore.
7.1 trillion naira.
Oga, that one is too jaw-breaking. Jaw-breaking. It sounds so big that you are borrowing such amount of money and nothing is showing for it. You are borrowing it to buy yachts. You are borrowing it to renew your wife's office. You are borrowing it to give soup, SUV, sports utility to the whole lawmakers. Okay? Borrow money and make a change. People will say it.
And that's what he said.
Okay? And we are owing $50-something billion. How much did Jonathan leave?
He said the money is meant for critical projects.
Akoko again.
Critical projects.
Akoko, critical projects.
Like agriculture and the likes.
Listen, let me tell you. Critical projects, when the youths are malingering about, Nigerian youths, they have become waves, loafers, malingerers. They wander from place to place looking for job. At the end of the day, 6 p.m., 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., you come back home, nothing to show. There is no job facilities establishment, no project to create job for Nigerian youths. All this, where these loans are going into, we don't see it.
All right,
the loans are going into nothingness.
In conclusion,
that's the final analysis. Let me tell you, the loans they are borrowing from IMF, World Bank, where is it going to? Who is making use of the loan? Who is benefiting from the loan? The lawmakers, upper and lower, the presidency, the judiciary mostly. Tinubu has pumped the highest fund ever by any Nigerian government into the judiciary department. Right, by buying the presidency from appeal court to Supreme Court. And Obi is relaxing. Obi, sit down. I want to get it diplomatically. No, Obi should have come out, handed his 2 hands onto what? Police. Let them arrest him. Obi is playing child. Obi is a boy, as Tinubu called it. Obi would have come out and fought it with his blood. To get power, you don't relax. You get power from some highly occultic idiots with strength. Oga, let me tell you, that is what we bargain.
All right,
because we are too docile and complacent in this part of the world.
All right.
Everybody is relaxing. I'm having a nice day.
All right.
Don't say it. I say it before you. Thank you. Oh, you go.
How are you doing? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my people. I greet you all, man. I greet you guys, good guys, remembering us. I greet you guys that are following us, they are standing by us. I greet you all. God bless you all. I can't start mentioning names now because I won't be able to, finish the old names here. So thank you very much. Akirimade, Mr. Kirimade, kudos to you. Yeah, Mr. Rotimi, kudos to you. Odunlade, you're doing a great job there, Mr. Odunlade.
All right.
And some other guys there. Oh, be real. You're too real. Yeah, good morning, viewers.
All right, good morning. Welcome again on the program. Now we're talking about the demolition of properties in Lagos, and we have a particular race saying that it was targeted at them. I don't know if truly the Lagos State government projects on demolition of properties or illegal properties. Let me use that word. Illegal properties in Lagos was targeted or is targeted at the Igbos. Is it purely targeted at the Igbos?
Let me start by saying there are two ways of life
in
which we human we live on this earth. It's either you are living a deformed life or an informed life, right? I think you see the comments, propaganda that come along with the comments, people, the reviewers, I think you people take it as an home video, like a circus. You enjoy the propaganda a lot. So, all about demolition, those people built.
Because I know you are into properties.
Yes, they built out of way of the master plan of Lagos. It's not just you have your money, you have your either dirty or clean money, you bring it down that you want to buy property. The ballers that are just in need of your money to, squander you. They are there waiting for you. They collect the money. They give you a land that they know is a government-acquired land, because all those lands belong to government, in which there's a master plan on it.
Government acquisition.
Yeah, government acquisition. Thanks for that. And it was even an Igbo man. I don't know why you cannot research on that program. The guy brought out the master plan of Lekki, Adodo, everything, and he was showing it one by one. Look at where all this one house is on drainage. It's on drainage that they want to, build up. They want to expand, And they start shouting. I say, I'm an Igbo man, but I will not support propaganda. I think that is what we journalists have to be researching on. So the guy came out on air and he said, he brought out all the master plan of Lagos. It started with Lagos Island. He said, now I will not support any evil blackmailing against the government of Lagos State. That the people that are building on the drainage, what do you expect? When the rainy season comes, there will be overflooding. Lagos will get flooded, especially Lekki. So we knew how Lekki was. When Lekki was mal recorded, it was a shanty, a flooded shanty. Before this same Tinubu came into power and turned into Lekki phase 1, Lekki phase 2, Lekki, but it was generally mal recorded, they call it. Right? And to me, people should not just be throwing propaganda issues here. They don't like Igbo. Igbo build houses, yes. But if your people don't like, if your hosts don't like you, they will not sell house for you. They will not sell land for you. And I'm talking to you, the more we even showing that brotherhood, you can't still say Yoruba have sold all their land. I did all my feasibility studies, starting from the capital. The most high rises you find in Ikeja has been owned by Yoruba, even some women among them. I'm talking of 4, 5, 6 stories building. You can go there likewise. And you're talking of this area within now. Look at the most gigantic houses. The tallest building there is being owned by a Yoruba man, which is like 9-story building. But you don't need to start, shouting, advertising yourself on. And that's the one thing I see in that tribe, that South Yoruba tribe. They are so, they are so coordinated that they don't just, they say empty barrel make the loudest noise. So to me, you don't need to blackmail the government of the day in Lagos State. They are doing the needful. Then about Alaba. When last you went to Alaba, I don't know when last you went to Alaba. When last you went to Ladipo. Ladipo is like a dump of refuse, right? There's no environmental sanitation in that area. The first time they locked up Alaba, Ladipo, it was Ufan Yunuba that came out to beg Fashola that, okay, they will change. They are saying, and take care of where you are selling your market. Make it more habitable. Because to avoid cholera, to avoid all these things, everything was just, there was nothing like environmental sanitation. I'm telling you this, you can go out and make investigations as a journalist, go out and investigate what I said to you.
I know some of those things you're saying.
Right. But we need to be bringing it up.
Yours is to analyze, okay?
So to me, that's one thing I would just want to clarify. You asked me the question, and I'm going deep down to tell you what.
But the question I want to ask you now is that where was the Lagos State Town Planning Authority when some of these people were erecting this building?
Well, the Lagos State Town Planning Building Authority are waiting for you to fall into trap. Because there was an advocacy, there was campaign all around that when rainy season is come, they will be embarking on, the structural adjustment of the master plan. I mean, they will be embarking on the master plan of the what's it called, the infrastructural development in Lagos.
Where were they when these people were laying foundation?
Where were they?
Now, where were they?
I want to ask you. You asked the question.
You're into property management.
Yes. I can tell you there are a lot of construction going on that Lagos State, in this Lagos, there are a lot of construction going on that Lagos State, even government officials are not aware about. I'm telling you how stubborn Lagosians are, how deceitful they Lagos. They
are not aware of.
Yeah, that they are not aware of. I can tell you, somebody can be okay.
So what was their duty?
What's their duty?
Yeah. You mean you can just come to Lagos State and erect building?
They themselves,
without any approval?
They have a blame. You give them that blame. Likewise, you put the blame on their head, right? Because there are some of elements, dubious elements.
That's why I said, why wait for
corrupt elements? Wait.
Okay.
You ask the question.
All right.
There are some dubious elements in that lands ministry. There are some, there are some corrupt elements. Because when you go to lands today, you see some non-actors in that Ministry of Land. They will be soliciting. Do you want register conveyance? You want to register your land? You want to do this? They are just scammers. They are just scammers. So, but if you go through the right channel, I'm not saying you see the corruption we are saying is in Lagos State government's parastatals. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, except you want to deny the facts. There's corruption in Lagos State government. There's corruption in all states of the federation government. I can tell you that for free. And that was what leads to the national listing too. That's why nobody believes in Labour again as we're talking now, because every one of them are part of the corruption they are fighting for. So to me, Lagos State is culpable. Likewise, Lagos State government.
Now, what of the former Super Eagles player? I'm talking about footballer Emenike, that said he got the approval from Lagos State government and from the relevant agency, and at the end of the day, his bidding was brought down.
Who is the Lagos State government? Did they got it from Commissioner for Lands? Did they?
He said relevant agency.
He can tell you relevance. Have you been to Land Ministry before? Have you been to? You see, this story is not. Maybe when you finish now, we go and do our investigation. It's allowed. You take your distance there. We go there. There are a lot of them that will disguise that see that's where the table. That's where the process is end. That the process is end on their table. Meanwhile, they are just nobody to reckon with. When the decisive implementation come now, you start seeing the real people that are in charge of lands in Lagos. The land map, they will bring it out for you. Hope your land is not falling towards, drainage side. Those are the things before they can approve your land. But there are some elements in that land ministry. A lot of people have been scammed through that. So people going to buy land, they will now assign one agent, they will assign one district to go and it's of no sense to me.
Now, do you see the demolition as a revenge on the Igbo?
I don't see it as a revenge. Lagos is a coastal city. Lagos is a coastal city. They have to manage their land and they have to manage the flooding system that happens in Lagos. My brother, we can never be. It's the way they think. It's the God-guilty conscience that is worrying them. Nobody is thinking about revenge or anything. I'm telling you wholeheartedly, it's he who commits that will be scared of the vengeance that will come to him. Yeah.
But there are rumors flying that it was after the gubernatorial election in Lagos State and the presidential election in Lagos State, the Lagos State government made this move.
Lagos State government has been demolishing buildings during the prior to election, after election, and it's their right to demolish, because if they give you Michael Babatunde, they give you Adekunle, if they give you job to do, are you not doing your job the way it is here? You are doing it that's why they have to get their job done. Their job is to clear Lagos of flooding. Clear Lagos of flood. And how do you clear Lagos of flood? Is by people that misconstructing the master plan of Lagos. So that you will not wake up one day where you stay, water flood has overwhelmed your house. So that's what they are facing. Lagos is a coastal city. And you have to walk ahead and you have to think ahead. What ecological disaster that will come. So when they are proactive, you people still want to drag them back, complaining because you build one house, one story building, one this thing, and you want to use that one to disturb the whole. It's a sense things, man. It's a sense things.
All right, let's move down to another story. The President of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, has told Nigerians that this present situation, the hardship is temporary, but benefits will be permanent. Should we still have that patience?
Yeah, my own patience is going to lapse by December, in which, if I don't see refinery working, Mr. President, I'm an erudite supporter, one of your erudite supporters. I want to say, please, that refinery must work by December. Make it work. And that is what we've been spreading. That's the message we've been spreading in our community, especially in my own community, to douse the tension of you not doing anything. But what I see in people never even realize that all the problems, facets of the problem we are having now still boils down to the refinery that is not at work. And the refinery, once your refinery is not at work, and you have refinery, deadlock the refinery, you have a collapsed refinery, and you are still going out to refine the crude. You can carry your crude, which is one of the best crude in the world. I think one time it was rated that it's the fourth best crude. You know, when you talk of the real crude oil, you come to Nigeria. On the crude oil, you know, from the Niger Delta there, they have very, 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 very natural crude. And when you left all those ones, you now taking the crude to go and sell it, to go and exchange it at a loss expenses. They will now give you refined petrol, refined, oil. From there, you now start carrying it down. And when you look at the cost again, the cost of the international cost of the fuel now in the global world, they dictate what we have to buy from them. They dictate what we have to bring to them for as crude to refine. So to me, when we have our crude oil and when we have our refinery intact, you have a lot of buyers coming from either Africa, Europe. Like, look at what is happening in Ukraine now. Nigeria will have benefited a lot. I think we have a working refinery. So who are the people that put us in this mess? That they said since almost 25 years now, we spend almost 1.132 trillion naira on fixing up refinery. So who are those people doing that? Who are they? So I pity the president that just come into power now, because all the sins of those guys is the one carrying it. And he has to speak out. He has to bring them out. It's not only Soludo. It's not only Emefiele that's supposed to be behind bar now. There are a lot of characters that's supposed to be behind bar. Remember the one that took our airline that said the Nigerian hair will come up, and he went to Ethiopia to go and redesign our airline. That's because we have that collaboration with Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Sadika. Where is that man called Sadika? He should come and explain how he squander billions upon billions upon billions of dollars on that investment, and it never came to light. Never come to light. And we are still sitting down there. Where are those monies? At least, so as of now, we're supposed to be proud of our airline, which is Air Nigeria, Nigerian Air. Because I could remember those days when I was young, when my father would always want to fly me down. At times I come with my mom, at times I come with my dad. The Air Afrique, or we fly Nigerian Airways. Air Afrique is for the Anglophone, Francophone countries. So when you are flying Air Afrique, yes, there's a pride of the Francophone. And when you get to Nigeria, you want to fly Nigerian Air, you is a pride of Nigeria. But what airline now is a pride of Nigeria? A nation of 250 million people that doesn't have an airline that can refer to that this is Air Nigeria. You could see that there are a lot of multi-facets problems attacking this country that this country is having. I don't know where we want to start from, and I don't know where we want to end it. As of my own prayer is the dry bone of Nigeria will surely rise again. Will surely, I say that, will surely, because I have an investment in Nigeria. I have like 3 kids in Nigeria now that I have to take care of. So I will not allow that, because where did they want to go?
Lastly, your take on the fresh loan seek by the president.
Thank you very much. You see, there's nothing wrong in getting loan, in borrowing money. Even the IMF, all this monetary agency, they want you to come and borrow. But when you borrow, what are you using the money you borrowed for? Are you using it constructively, or are you using it to eat the 3 or to fill up the 3 square meal in a day, or are you pocketing the money to divert it? That is one thing. And mind you, America is the biggest, highest debtor in the world as it is now. They borrow every day and night. But what are they using the money for is one matter. They use it constructively. Our own will borrow money, they will share it among themselves. I think that era should be over now. Mr. Asiwaju, President Asiwaju, Bola Ahmed Tinubu should listen to that and should take note of that. The money they are borrowing, the masses want to see the outcome. What's it called? What you are going to use that money for, the resources you are going to plow that money on. You said that is for, this, it's for, what's it called? You want it for infrastructure. You want to do it for the infrastructure. We are waiting to see the infrastructure on the ground. But I still believe in your government, but let the masses breathe likewise, because the masses have been pushed to the wall, and we want all your policies that you promised us, that refinery is going to work, that it will start from, what's it called, Rivers Refinery, Port Harcourt Refinery, then Warri will follow, then Kaduna will follow. I think they have two in Kaduna there. So we'll be so glad if our refineries are working well. That will even help your government to make it more productive, because on a productive nation, you should not expect any progressiveness in governance. If you are productive, things will start working well for you. Please, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did the needful on those refineries to shame your enemy, to shame the fascists that has never believed in your administration. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kunle. That was a brilliant one from Kunle. All right, so Michael, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Greetings to esteemed viewers.
Viewers across the globe. All right, we've been discussing critical issues here, just like the president said as well yesterday, that the loan seeking is meant to tackle critical developments in the country. But where would this take us to? Borrowing. When we are talking about cutting down on cost of governance in the country. Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. I think we have borrowed enough as a nation. I think leadership must begin to understand that part. Just like the previous speaker said, there's nothing wrong in borrowing per se. But for us as a nation, I think we have borrowed enough. And I think we should have stopped to every form of borrowing at the moment. Presently, we are using over 70% of our budgets to be servicing and no nation does that and progress. And that is why it is pertinent that we do away with borrowing now and see how we can be prudently manage what we have as a nation. I'm not for any form of borrowing now. You can label it anything, critical infrastructure. We have had all of those stuff in the past, and nothing much has really been affected by those loans. Most of the time we borrow to consume, borrow for consumption, borrowing to be paying salaries, borrowing to be paying extra codes and all of that. So we have had enough of it. I think borrowing should be stopped by our country. Let's see how we can manage what we have.
All right, away from that, let's move down to the southeast, where we have the lawyer of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, leader of Ipob, saying that the demolition process carried out by the Lagos state government is unjust. And looking at the way it's been going for a couple of months now, the likes of Festac Town, Ladipo, Abule-Ado, and other places in Lagos State, many Igbos have been complaining. And another thing I want to say is that it seems the Igbo race perceive it that the governor of the state or the Lagos State government is only focusing on Igbo dominated areas. Are you in support of what the Lagos State government is doing? If truly the government is just taking a revenge on the Igbos as regards the election that took place in Lagos.
Yeah, thank you. On the demolitions in Lagos, there is no doubt that some of those places that you have mentioned predominantly more of the Igbo extractions, the Abule-Ados, the Festac Town, and all that. you may not be able to establish that it's a revenge mission. And I will explain it this way. There are procedures for getting lands, for buying lands, for buying properties. There are agencies of government saddled with the responsibility of verifying if those lands are not government acquisitions, if those lands are available for sale, if those due diligence have been done, appropriate documents have been obtained. There is no government under any guise now, be it a revenge mission or not, that can suddenly come and bring down your property. Go to court over such, and I can tell you, you're going to win if you have all the required documents with you. And government, even by law, government can demand for such. Don't get me wrong. Even if you have a C of O, certificate of occupancy, government can demand to use such space. But it will be negotiated and you will be duly compensated. But if there are no documents, there is no way you want to prove that this is a revenge mission. There is no, even if it should be a revenge mission, let us, for the sake of this argument, let us call it a revenge mission. But you don't have your documents, you don't have required papers to own such facilities, to own such lands. There's no way you'll be able to justify your actions, and there's no way you'll be able to condemn what the government is doing. So my take on it is that it will have been better for occupants of those spaces. There could be several other ethnic groups apart from my Igbo friends that are in that particular space. What will have been important is that do I have the right documentation to be on this land? I think that should be the issue. Rather than looking at it from the point of is it a revenge mission or not? It could be. And it may not also have nothing to do with revenge mission. But do I have the right papers to be on this property? I think that should be the bottom line. If you don't, then you won't be able to hold government accountable for their actions.
Now, is the call for Igbos to come back home a sensible one?
Why not? See, this issue of coming back home, there's nothing wrong in if indeed we still believe we are one country. I believe that every Nigerian should be able to live in any part of this country without any form of intimidation, without any form of harassment. If indeed we still want to run as a nation. There is nothing also wrong for my Igbo brothers to pay attention to their base, their hometown. It will not really be a mission to completely move from where they are at the moment back home and all of that. That may not be it. But there's nothing wrong in putting that place in order in terms of ensuring that it's a place to be envied. I give it to an average Igbo man in this country, and that is the truth. They are never afraid to go to anywhere, even if they are going to be alone in those places. I served in Taraba State. I served in a place called Mesamari. One of our notable friends in that community, Mesamari, is about 7 hours from Jalingo. One of our notable friends is called Ike, an Igbo man. He's in that community doing his business. So, they have known for that. They step out even outside of the shores of the country to invest, to establish. They are never afraid to take all those bold steps, and I give it to them. But they should also take care of their base and ensure that they make it a place to be envied. They have done it outside of their shores, outside of their base. They can do same in their base, and I think they've been doing that from what I know.
All right, thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, my brother.
All right, we need to go now. We need to go.
Good job.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Waiting up.
Everything happened.
As I don't see you now, I want to end the program. Where I dey go?
At times it happens like that.
All right, let's quickly talk about the demolition of properties in Lagos. Let me use this word, illegal properties. That's what the Lagos state government said. But we have the Igbo saying that why the Lagos state government is embarking on this demolition, it's just simply because the Igbos came out en masse to support another party in the state. Looking at the presidential election as well, the Igbos came in masse to support Peter Obi of the Labour Party. Is this true?
I strongly believe that it's true.
You strongly believe? Look at the word you use.
I strongly believe. Yes, I'll give you my reasons.
Okay.
Because even if you say there are violations of government external laws in those buildings, you need to ask yourself, is it coincidence that the destruction or demolition of a property is taking place simultaneously almost every place in Lagos? You have the Alaba issue, you have the Agaya Estates, you have the Ladipo,
First Stack.
And why I say I strongly believe, I want to juxtapose all these Alaba, Ladipo, with what is happening in First Stack. Because apart from First Stack, all other places you have mentioned is Lagos State demolition. But the one that is happening in First Stack is Federal Housing Authority. The question is, why the coincidence? Because this is the first time you see the political class in Lagos accessing power at the national. So why is it that the state is demolishing at the same time the federal government, Federal Housing Authority is demolishing? If you say it's because of violation of external laws. So even if you are citing external laws as reasons, violation of external laws as reasons, but I believe it has political undertone, is targeted at the Igbos. You can't take that away. It's quite unfortunate.
Are you saying this because you are from that entity?
No, it's not. I'm an advocate that people should comply with the law in everything they do. But when you see action of government that is biased, you can easily know. Because in some cases, particularly the one that is happening with the Federal Housing Authority, from what both the victim side and the government side, they said that they ought to get allocation number, and that most of those buildings, most of the developers did not have those numbers. As such, they were developing those places illegally. Now the argument is there are some of the places where the developer did not violate any building regulation, even if such person did not get abstract approval. So there was nothing wrong in the government regularizing such places, and the ones that actually breach both the external laws as in not getting approval to build and building laws. I think those ones should be the major targets. But don't get it twisted. I'm against disobeying government order, disobeying the law. But that does not mean when we sense bias in applying government law, we should not say it. In this case, I sense bias.
The Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources said some of these buildings contravene drainage law.
There's no argument about that. Yeah. There's no argument about that, yeah. And it's wrong. But the question is, why is it happening simultaneously at the same time everywhere in Lagos, and this did not happen until after the general election? And why does it coincide with the one Federal Housing Authority is doing and an environment predominantly occupied by the Igbos? So these are logical questions that anybody can answer if you have the answer. Why is it coinciding?
So what advice would you give to Somolu, the governor of Lagos?
So you are taking his stand, you are taking a decision. All the buildings he demolished here, he's not going to bring them back.
These are expensive buildings.
Of course I know.
Very, very
I'm not unaware. But the only thing is, I think the Igbo man should realize that there is need to think out of the box. And in thinking out of the box, is to look at other areas of in the country as their business destination.
Would they be compensated?
No, it doesn't matter whether the government is not ready to compensate them. But what I'm trying to say is in future investments, so that the investment can be saved. Because whether you like it or not, if these places that are demolishing are Yoruba dominated, they will not. That's another logical question. And if Obi, let me not use Obi, if Atiku were to be the president, the government, particularly the one that has to do with federal authority, will not use that harsh policy. We are talking about over 600 and something billion. And in some cases, some people offer to even pay maybe 100 million, 50 million to regularize their documents. And the authority refused. I'm not saying it's right to build against government, against external laws and against government order. What I'm trying to say is the enforcement of the law have no human face. And are we saying that if those places are predominantly occupied by the Yorubas, the government will still do the same thing?
They carry out a massive demolition.
Are we saying that is what would have happened?
All right, away from that, thank you so much, Machi. Tinubu's new 8.6 billion naira loan bid takes debt above 51.759 billion dollars.
Tinubu's new loan. For me, the borrowing spree of this government and the last government is worrisome. Well, I felt when this government was tackling everywhere, was remove subsidy and all that the essence is to free money for infrastructural development. So seeing this borrowing trajectory, I'm worried as a person. But I don't know the essence of subsidy removal, that the effect we are not seeing in the life of Nigerians, that's their welfare. And we understand that before the subsidy removal of gasoline, state government, federal government, local government were able to pay salary. And currently, they are not doing more than paying salary. So the question is, the more money that accrues to federal government, state government, and local government as a result of subsidy removal, what is it being used for? That we should be borrowing in this manner. And unfortunately, the government do not owe anybody explanation. They don't use to explain to us because they feel they owe allegiance to how they won the election.
Now, let me take you back to the statements you made, your analysis on the demolition of properties in Lagos State. You have Ordinary saying you are also displaying bigotry this morning. I'm disappointed in you. Matthew, that's what you have said. In response to
Let me challenge Ojulade.
Mr. Matthew, the truth you speak on this platform will surely make way for you. That's what today is Chima.
Let me challenge Ojulade.
Okay.
I said one, it is wrong to build against external laws and against government directive. But secondly, that when government take action to enforce the law, and we sense bias, that we must not fail to speak it out. I'm not challenging Taiwo Ojulade. If these places where demolition is going on currently, both the one done by the Federal Housing Authority, by federal government, both the one in Ajoye State, Alaba, name it, Okota on others, if they are places predominantly occupied by the Yorubas, are you telling me that the government will still go ahead to demolish those places? I ask Taiwo Ojulade. And again, another issue is, this is the first time the ruling class in Lagos State, the Yorubas, will have access to federal government. And we are seeing this thing happen simultaneously by Lagos State government and Federal Housing Authority. Logically speaking, is it not politically masterminded, even as we say they violated the laws? The question I'm not saying they may not have violated laws in
some of those areas,
in those buildings. But the argument is, I'm not even an advocate of saying the government ought to have stopped them in the process of building. But the question is, even as we enforce the law, is the law not supposed to have human face in terms of enforcement? And are we saying that if Atiku were there, Atiku will enforce this law the same way without human face? Because it doesn't matter how you look at it, majority of buildings demolished, if not up to 80-90%, are for the Igbos. So are we saying if the buildings 80%, 90% belong to the Yorubas, the government will still go ahead to demolish them? I asked Taiwo Ojulade. I want him to respond. Has he responded?
Don't worry about that. Thank you so much, Matthew. All right, Charles, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Michael.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
Welcome again. So as you've been listening to us, you know what we're discussing. What's your take on the demolition of properties in Lagos State?
Well, once again, good morning to all our listeners. Happy Xmas and a prosperous New Year in advance. And Mr. Michael, whatever the government is doing, nobody is in support of what the government is doing here in Lagos State. And but I am in support of if someone breaks the law. Sometimes I ask myself, what color of law does Nigerian law looks like? How does Nigerian law looks like? You say that a lot of people break the law. They build on a place where they were not supposed to build, and this building has been there for some years. Probably you have been seeing this building before the administration came in power. I love what Mr. Matthew said, that this thing is coming simultaneously, regularly, constantly, as if something that's a handwriting on the wall, and it's not supposed to be working like that. We should be talking about one Nigerian where a man can go to anywhere and build his house. Are you getting me? We should be talking about where a man can decide to go to a place like Sokoto, a place like Imo State, Anambra, and Lagos State and build his house, irrespective of where you find yourself. But let's not forget the fact that I am not in support of if you have break the law in terms of building your houses in a place where the government is not in accordance to the government's law. I am not in support of you building houses here. But you have to ask yourself, the so-called people that call themselves people that think that these people are breaking the law, how good are they in terms of keeping the rules of law, the rule of law in this country? A man will suffer for some years. See, nobody should support evil. It is very, very bad. You cannot sweat all the way. Maybe a lot of them that have gone to abroad, suffer, do one or two things, come back, or a lot of them that have done 1 minute business here in Lagos or any Nigerian side. At the end of the day, you find yourself, God bless you. You got money and you build house, and within a space of 1 hour, somebody destroy your house, all your millions are gone. How will you feel? Let's tell ourselves the truth, and there's nothing like compensation.
So, even some of them said they were not notified. They were not
so a lot of them were not notified. You see,
and sometimes you don't trust Nigerians. Even if Nigerians, some of these people were notified, they will still come out to say they were not informed.
My brother, even if you are not even if they are informed, time frame, what time were you able to give those people? It's just like what is happening in most of the houses in Lagos here. You go there, you want to rent a house, they will tell you, you rented a house, you paid in, before you know what is that, they will tell you that the house has been sold to another person. Meaning that you have to go down and start sleeping at the street of Lagos, either Ikeja or something like that. That's exactly what is going on with some of the houses here.
But is it possible for government to just come around and demolish houses without
see, Mr. Michael, I listen to what I said. I said even if the government gave notification to most of these occupants, remember what matters is a time frame. Let's assume now you don't have anything in your account and you rented an apartment. I'm deviating from your question now. You rented an apartment, you rented a house, and you don't have a single dime in your account. And somebody said in the next 2 weeks that you should leave that house. What will you do? And we are living in a country where it's very, very difficult. It's actually very, very difficult for you to have seen somebody that will even absorb you in such a manner.
I am disappointed in you, Charles. That's what Odunlade.
I know you can always be disappointed in me, but we have to tell ourselves the truth. The truth must be said. It is not fair. It is not a good omen. It doesn't speak well about this. The government itself. Ask yourself, the government, are they respecting the law? What are you talking about? I know, Mr. Taiwo, you will always call on me. You can always be disappointed on Mr. Charles. But I will always say the truth, except if any of them can call me a two-faced man. But let me tell you the truth. That is just the truth. Let's tell ourselves the truth. It is not fair. Go to Agege. Do you know that almost half of Agege have been bought by most of these Hausa people? Do you know that? Almost half of Agege is being controlled by Hausa people.
It's a fact.
Do you think you can just go there under and just destroy their house anyhow? What are we talking about?
What if these people have
If they have,
required
see,
documents?
if they have required document, they are satisfied. It is satisfactory. But when you don't have, see, I know he will attack, Mr. Taiwo will attack me, but I will continue to, I said something here. If they have built on the land and there was not a satisfactory credential document for them to prove that this land that they were building on was not in respect of what government have given to them, I am even in support. They should go ahead and do whatever they are doing. But what happened? Were this government not there when these people were building the houses? Were they not there? Were they not there when these people bought this land and the plans were taken? The plans have been mapped out?
That's the question to ask.
It's a question. You ask yourself, and I ask this question, somebody should answer me. What color of law does Nigerian law look like? What color? Is it brown or blue? The people that call themselves in the hands of affair, are they not lawbreakers? See, let's tell ourselves the truth. It is not fair. Are you getting me? I am not saying it's because Igbo is Igbo, or Hausa, or this. But I am saying it is unfair. Somebody cannot spend all his last card, his millions upon millions, and build house at the end of the tickle of an eye without even guiding such person whether there should be a compensatory measure. Nothing like compensatory measure. You are not giving to him. At the end of the day, you broke just in and broke in, the house is there, and you are expecting such person to be happy. Do you know that this is exactly what happened? Let me give you another example of what happened. When El-Rufai was the minister of FCT, do you know that? When he kept on breaking people's houses, and a lot of people died at that expense.
I don't know if you have some of the pictures right there with you, Malik. Do you have the pictures? Is that the pictures there? Oh,
we'll look for it tomorrow.
Just
it is not fair. Beautiful houses.
Videos of these,
beautiful houses.
Houses that were pulled down by the Lagos State government. Now we have another one here. Tinubu has said that Nigerians should be very, 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 very patient with him. That the presidency is just a temporary one. Benefits will be permanent. That's what we have on the front page of this day.
And he borrowed money, right? Well, I thank God for the kind of people we are in this country. We are always patient. But sometimes, to some certain extent, even if a maid you keep in your house, even if it is a maid that you keep in your house, and every day you keep on beating the maid, on a very good day, before you know, on a very good day, the maid will have to react to you. That whatever beating you are giving to him or her is enough. So, we are not, I cannot say here and I cannot continue to advocate on anybody that is giving us what bad governance is not what we are clamoring for. Everybody is praying that let good governance reign so that an average Nigerian will be very, very conducive in wherever they are. What are we talking about? A situation whereby an average Nigerian cannot even breathe anymore. How can you even breathe? We should have patience in win. Well, I love Nigeria. We are still patient. We are waiting. But let it not be not until when everybody dies off. What are you telling us? They are borrowing money, and do you know that a bill has been sent to the House of Assembly today? A money is meant to be borrowed today. Do you know that? Can you ask yourself this question? Those ones that have been borrowed, I have seen the past, I have seen the present, but we don't know what the future holds. The future, we don't know what it holds. We are busy spending millions upon millions of naira, billions. And most of these senators that I will give echo assent to this borrowing of money simply because there's an interest going into their different areas. And tell me, the ones that have been borrowed, what personal development have you been able to utter or to provide to Nigerians? Where is our economic and the financial expert? They should come and advise these people on the needs and the importance of borrowing and the consequences and the demerits of borrowing. Because there's going to be a very, very much disadvantage in terms of you keep on borrowing. You have not set something in such a manner that everybody will be, there was nothing of productivity. That money should be generated from there. But what we are after is borrowing. They should look back. It is not all about coming here and telling Nigerians that we should exercise patience. Yes, we can always exercise patience. And that's exactly what Nigerians are doing. Because you don't expect us, an average Nigerian, to go on the street and start fighting. At the end of the day, you will be tagged a terrorist. And at the end of the day, what again? Simply because you are fighting for your dear right, the next thing they will call you is nothing but a terrorist. That is one thing with them. A country where a man, a thief, is being escorted by a thief himself. You will see somebody that calls himself a politician, stealing public funds. And somebody will be out there with most of these people on uniform, policemen and military, escorting him. What is the difference between those thieves and somebody that embezzles public funds? They should not confuse us with just kind of grammar. All of them are thieves. So the Nigerians can always exercise patience, because if it were left for Nigerians, most of these politicians cannot even breathe. But we are respecting them simply because these are the people we elected. A lot of people, by this time, most of them were still under the sun and on the rain, simply because we want to make sure that this particular person goes in there as a member.
Okay, I think we have a caller on the line. Good morning to you, Udozi Chima.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Michael. I hope you can hear me quite clearly.
Good morning, Udozi Chima.
Matthew.
Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Michael. I hope you guys can hear me. Well, Mr. Michael, I don't have much to say this morning. I have to go directly to the point. Mr. Michael, what you see that is going on in Lagos State is nothing but a total revenge and vendetta. You know, that is why I told you once, and I always repeat, that Nigeria is not a democratic country. There's no democracy in Nigeria. What we have in Nigeria is criminalocracy and the hypocrisy. In a democratic country, you have every right to vote any candidate of your choice in an election. And even though that candidate loses an election, you are not subjected to any punishment directly and indirectly or through proxy. What you see that is happening in Nigeria today in Lagos is as a result of the fact that the Igbos came out in mass and voted a candidate they felt is more competent to direct Nigeria to the right path. So, this is exactly the punishment they are giving to the Igbos, because they voted against Tinubu, the god, the demigod of the Yorubas and of the Lagos State. Unfortunately, Nigeria is not one. Nigeria has never been one, and Nigeria cannot be one. Trying to put Nigeria together and forcing people to live together against their will is just like bringing cat and dog and putting them in the same cage and expect them to live peacefully and in harmony. It cannot work. Now, I want to ask any person, anybody that is saying that this is normal. When I was in Nigeria, when I'm still a part of Nigeria, I come to Nigeria regularly. There's something they call the town planning authorities. The town planning authorities are the people that go about looking for houses that are being erected in the wrong places. What will they do if they see one? They will not use a red pen, a red paint to mark it off, keep off. And when that building is still at the foundation level, they will bring it down at that moment. Now, you allow somebody to buy a house, to buy a land, and start erecting a building that's worth 300 million, 150 million. And you are there when that house was still at the foundation level. You saw that house when that house was at the lintel level. You didn't come after those people and tell them to keep off. Now you waited after so many years that somebody has spent his hard-earned money in a country like Nigeria that is not economically viable. You came and used a bulldozer to bring that house down. Because of what? I can authoritatively tell you that I know somebody that have the correct papers of his houses, and those houses were brought down today. Now, where will you run to? Are you going to court to sue the government? Who will give you the judgment? Is it the corrupt judges and the corrupt courts in Nigeria that has been pocketed by the criminal politicians? Come on. These were threats that they gave before the elections. The MCO Lomo and SCO, they said it openly that after the election, if Tinubu wins, they will come after the Igbo's properties and businesses. And they're already doing that. They're already doing that. So, I don't blame them also. Well, I blame any Igbo man that still, after the war, go out to invest outside the Igbo territory. After what happened to them after the war, they lost properties, they lost their money everywhere. They still went ahead to be building properties everywhere in Nigeria. I blame them for that. And this will be an eye-opener to every Igbo man out there. Take your properties back home to the east. Igbo man is known as somebody that gets something out of nothing. Take an Igbo man to a desert, he will find water there. We are both hustlers. People that God ordained. We are special breed. Sentiment apart. The Igbo man is a hustler, he has a hustling spirit. Now, those lands, who sold it to the Igbo land? Igbo man. It's selling over people. You sold your land to people and use the money to do all one there. At the long run, you see those people developing those lands. You started becoming jealous. The state is more nearer, some kilometers to the Lagos than from southeast. But an Ogun sat down and saw a man from the southeast come up and buy land and start developing property. And he was there doing all one there. Michael, I want to ask this question. Why wasn't the demolition? Why wasn't the demolition took place before the elections? Why wasn't the demolition done before the elections? Why was the demolition now being carried? Why is the demolition being carried now after the election? My fellow Southeasterners, my fellow Igbo men and women that you are hearing my voice now, take your properties back to the east. Take your investments back to the east and save yourself all this brouhaha. It will continue happening. Mr. Michael, those that are in your comment boxes saying that can Igbo man sell a property to the Yoruba man, I want to tell them this. My sister-in-law has a school in Owerri. Her school right now, if I'm lying, may God take away my life. Her school is being run on a property owned by a Yoruba man in Owerri, Imo State capital. As I'm talking to you right now. And nobody, he's paying rent to that Yoruba man in Igbo land, in Owerri, Imo State capital. And nobody is stopping that Yoruba man. My sister-in-law respects him, pays his dues to him. Why should it be always the Igbos? All the markets that the Igbos are running, these people are attacking it. Why are they not attacking those houses, those markets that the Yorubas are running? Or is Ladimo the most dirtiest market in Lagos? This is in submission, in summary. This is a total revenge and vendetta against the woman for voting Peter Gregory Obi as the presidential candidate. That is the only reason. So, Mr. Kunle this morning was asking, is it because of somebody built a common one-story building? Honestly, this man is, I don't want to insult him. If Mr. Kunle knows what it takes to build a 6-room apartment in Nigeria now, a one-story building in Nigeria that doesn't cost less than 30 million to 40 million naira. A good one-story building. And somebody came here and has the temerity and the impetus to call a one-story building ordinary. A man that cannot afford a phone. Food.
All right, just we had the Chima's opinion, which was quite a meaningful one, brilliant one by the young man. That's it. We just hope the government of Lagos State, do the needful on this issue of demolition. Let it be that it's not targeted at the Igbos alone. But, all right, before we go, you were saying something. Yeah, on the
I think
on Tinubu telling the Nigerians to be patient.
just have said it all, and what we are asking is that we are patient enough, and it is not when things get out of hands and then nobody is still breathing anymore. That is when you tell us that the waiting is over. So the government should please, in the name of God, is always do the needful. The needful, and is always what every Nigerian is clamoring for. A lot of them travel. You travel, you go to different parts of the world. You saw the way government is being run in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. What are you not seeing it? What stopped you from bringing it here? So that everybody will have a sense of belonging to this country. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Charles. Like we said the other time, let the relevant agencies in Lagos State carrying out this demolition do the needful. It is not easy. Let it be a lawful demolition. All right, on this note, I say goodbye to you on today's edition of Bystanders at News 10. Join me next time on the same platform, Michael Adjusle. It means my name behind the camera. I have Malik Adeyemi. Thank you so much for doing a great job behind the camera. And to Odunlade Taiwo, thank you so much. There's a Chima also contributed, called on the show. Thank you so much. Alright, clans, we appreciate you. Hello, guys. Thank you so much. Abia Bay is here. Jacob Adedeji. King Henry, Hope in Australia. Thank you so much. Gladys Yabo, Demian Usas. We appreciate you. Dami Blessed. Thank you. Bekamila, MTJ, Fad, Precious, Kedi, Lawa, Akin, Peter, Makolo, and many others. King MJ, and other viewers watching us on the platform presently. We appreciate everyone. Bye for now. Tomorrow is another day. Goodbye, everyone.